Before this video starts, I just wanted to say I am still battling COVID-19 and my voice has not come back to normal, so I'm going to be a little quiet today and I apologize for this, but it's just the best for my voice without it paining. So today I'm going to be talking about Auston Matthews and his future because it is filled with options and possibilities. And I don't mean to joke around here, but in one of the most famous of all Shakespeare's soliloquies, Hamlet speaks the following words, "to be or not to be," and Hamlet faces the angst of a crisis and wonders what he should do. And in 2 years, Auston Matthews is going to face a similar situation. He's going to face a crisis. And while it's not the life and death question Hamlet faced, the question Matthews will face is to believe or not to believe. Obviously, I'm having some fun playing with the words of an old literary classic here. However, the question for Matthews, and secondarily for Maple Leafs fans, is real enough. In this video, I'm going to explore what some of Matthews' choices and options are for his future. To be transparent, I believe Matthews has become such a foundational player with the Maple Leafs that we can't see him leaving. He already may be the best Maple Leafs player in the history of the franchise, and we don't think that's lost on him. Still, that doesn't mean that the Maple Leafs as an organization could face a similar experience as the Calgary Flames face. It may be unlikely, but it's not out of the question. Ever since both Calgary Flames Johnny Gaudreau and Matthew Tkachuk announced their desire to play in the United States, there has been a lot of speculation about American-born players being unwilling or hesitant to play in Canada. Should this duo of now ex-Flames exodus affect Maple Leafs fans whose speculation has led to concerns that once Auston Matthews' present contract expires in 2 seasons, he would too prefer to head south of the border? What do fans and the media think about Matthews staying? As for how the media, hockey analysts, and insiders feel about it, we have read that we can count on Matthews leaving the team from the sunnier south. We have also read that there's no chance Matthew would leave the hockey mecca of Toronto. So who's right? The direct and easiest answer to that question is that no one other than Matthews himself can know what his intentions are. And if he isn't talking, whether to the media or to someone else who would be willing to relay that information to the media, we won't know what his intentions are until it happens. Matthews could be completely happy in Toronto. All the attention the Maple Leafs get and the pressure that comes with it might just be the fuel he needs to perform. Of all the Maple Leafs, he seems the most unfazed by all the hubbub. So are the Maple Leafs preparing to re-sign Matthews? As for the Maple Leafs, it appears that they may be willing to open the vault to make Matthews the highest paid player ever in the NHL. Since Matthews signed his 5-year $11.64 million deal, the Maple Leafs have only signed 3 players beyond the spring of 2024. Those players are Mitch Marner, signed for 1 more year at $10.9 million, Morgan Riley, signed for 8 years at $7.5 million starting next season, and the newly acquired Kyle Jarnkrok, who signed for $2.1 million over the next 4 years. Looking 2 years ahead at this point in time, the Maple Leafs have $53 million in cap space available in the summer of 2024 based on the present salary cap of $82.5 million. That salary cap is sure to go up more by then leaving the Maple Leafs with potentially millions more salary cap space when it comes to sitting down to negotiate a new deal with Auston Matthews. We fully expect Matthews will be offered as close to the highest limit allowed by the collective bargaining agreement by the Maple Leafs. So, for example, with an $82.5 million salary cap upper limit, Matthews could earn $16.5 million, or 1/5 of the team's total cap limit. Would being offered the highest NHL salary ever be enough for Matthews to stay? The truth is that even if he were offered the highest salary any NHL team can pay, it still does not guarantee Matthews will want to remain in Toronto. There are plenty of states in the US that have significantly lower income taxes than anywhere in Canada. Using the income tax calculator provided by the GavinGroup.ca, a player making $15 million in Florida would get to keep $2.5 million in after-tax money than he would be playing in Toronto. We don't care about how much money anyone earns. Being able to pocket an extra $2.5 million per year is a pretty attractive argument. Other U.S. states have equally low income tax rates. Even higher tax states like New York or California have rates low enough that a person making $50 million would pocket about $500,000 more. Looking at those numbers, it makes us wonder why anyone would consider playing in Canada over playing in the United States. Obviously, that is not a concern for a number of NHL players. Needless to say, wherever Matthews plays, he is going to make a significant amount of money. What if money isn't the most important factor for Matthews, though? If money is not an important factor to Matthews, what else can motivate him to his next contract? After being born in San Ramon, California, just outside of San Francisco, Matthews' family moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, wherein he was an infant. That's where he was raised. Despite not being a Canadian, we feel that Matthews realizes the significance that brings the Stanley Cup to Toronto would mean. That in itself might be considered a big enough incentive to keep him in Toronto as long as he feels the chances are good that it would happen. However, it might be even more important to Matthews to help build a successful NHL franchise and bring a Stanley Cup to his own doorstep in Arizona. We fully realize the chances of the present ownership building a successful NHL franchise appear to be slim to none, at least in the near future. They just recently signed a 5-year lease to play in the Arizona State University's 5,000-seat arena. However, the Arizona Coyotes are in negotiations to build a $700 million arena in Tempe, Arizona. If the plans go through, they would move into the new arena for the 2025-26 or 2026-27 season. So let's play What If. What if Matthews was ambitious enough and driven enough to use his hockey talents to build an NHL team empire? Think back to 1998. At that time, Mario Lemieux was owed $26 million in back pay by the financially struggling owners of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Lemieux helped form a partnership group that bought the team using $26 million as his share of the deal, while Lemieux helped form a partnership group that bought the team using that $26 million as his share of the deal, with Lemieux holding 25% of the shares of the new company. The Penguins went on to become one of the NHL's more successful franchises. They became a powerhouse team, winning 3 Stanley Cups. In 2021, the Penguins were sold to Fenway Sports Group. Mario Lemieux's 25% share of the team reaped him a rumored $350 million. In addition, he was still allowed to retain some shares in the new company. Not only could it be a good business investment for him, it would be a great situation for the NHL. We could see the NHL being behind the idea 100%. Of course, this video only consists of speculations of what if. As I stated at the start of the video, the most direct and easiest answer to what Matthews' plans are is that no one knows. Just Matthews knows. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.